welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to knit the staghorn cable in the round as well as the reverse staghorn cable. So you can see this kind of looks like a buck's face and antlers, and that's where it gets the name staghorn. So today we'll be working on both the staghorn cable and the reverse. So here's the reverse staghorn cable, and it's really just the staghorn going in the opposite direction. So if I were to flip this upside down, so here's the staghorn cable, reverse. I'm going to turn it over, and the reverse staghorn now looks like the staghorn cable and vice versa. So if you're interested in seeing how to make these, stay tuned and I'll show you how it's done. So the staghorn cable is worked over a series of 16 stitches and 6 rounds. So we are going to begin round 1, and that is simply going to be a knit 4, cable 4 back, cable 4 front, and knit 4. For round 1 of our staghorn cable, we will start by knitting 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and next we will cable 4 back, and that will give us this kind of right lean here. The right leaning cable will begin. Let me zoom in for you. We're going to take our cabling needle and slip the first 2 stitches onto our needle, and then hold those 2 stitches towards the back of our work. So that's what the B in cable 4 back stands for. We're holding our work towards the back. Now we will knit the next 2 stitches off of our left-hand needle onto our right. 1, 2. And next we will pick up our cabling needle and knit those 2 stitches off of the cable needle onto our right-hand needle. 1, 2. So we just finished the first cable, and you can see this right lean that we have. That is from the cable 4 back. Next, we will cable 4 front. So similar process. We will slip the next 2 stitches onto our onto our cabling needle, and then hold those stitches towards the front of our work. The F in C4F stands for front. Then we will knit the next 2 stitches from our left-hand needle onto our right. 1, 2. Then, just as we did before, we will pick up our cabling needle and we will knit these 2 stitches from the cabling needle onto our right-hand needle. 1, 2. And then we will knit 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we've worked over our 16 stitches. We've completed the first round of our staghorn cable, and next we will move on to round 2. So for rounds 2, 4, and 6, so our even rounds, we are simply going to knit across the staghorn. So we'll be knitting those 16 stitches that make up the staghorn cable. So we'll just knit all 16 stitches across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. For round 3 of the Staghorn cable, we will simply knit 2, cable 4 back, knit 4, cable 4 front, and knit 2. Okay, we will start by knitting 2. 1, 2. Then we will take our cabling needle, and just as we did before, we will slip the next 2 stitches onto our cable needle and hold it towards the back of our work. Knit the next 2 stitches off of our left hand needle onto our right. 1, 2. Pick up our cable needle and knit those 2 stitches off and onto our right hand needle. 1, 2. So again, you can see there's a right leaning cable here, and now we need to knit 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we will cable 4 front. So we will slip the next 2 stitches onto our cabling needle. One, 2, and hold that towards the front of our work. And then knit the next 2 stitches from our left hand needle onto our right hand needle. 1, 2. And then pick up our cabling needle here and knit those 2 stitches off of our cable needle onto our right. 1, 2. And then we will knit the next 2 stitches. 1, 2. So when you're done with round 3, you should have this right leaning cable and left leaning cable here. And then I will show you what to do for round 4. Again, round 4, we are simply going to knit across our Staghorn cable. So we are knitting 16 stitches. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. For round 5, we are going to cable 4 back, knit 8, and cable 4 front. So first we are going to slip the first 2 stitches onto our cabling needle, and we are going to hold it towards the back of our work. Then we will knit the next 2 stitches from the left hand needle onto the right hand needle. 1, 2. And then we will knit these 2 stitches off of our cabling needle onto our right hand needle. 1, 2. Okay, so now we will knit 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we will cable for front. So we will slip the next 2 stitches here onto our left-hand needle, onto our cabling needle, and hold towards the front of our work. Then we will knit 2 from the left-hand needle, 1, 2, and now we will take that cabling needle and knit the 2 stitches from the cabling needle onto our right-hand needle. 1, 2. Okay, for round 6, our final round of the Staghorn cable, we are simply going to knit across all 16 stitches. So we will just knit each stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So just repeat rounds 1 through 6 until you are happy with the length of your Staghorn cable. I am going to have a knit along featuring both of these cables coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. But now it is time to move on and learn the reverse Staghorn cable. So the reverse Staghorn cable is worked over a series of 16 stitches and 6 rounds. Round 1 is a cable for front, knit 8, and cable for back. So we are going to start with a cable for front. We will slip the first 2 stitches onto our cabling needle and hold it towards the front of our work. Then we will knit the next 2 stitches from the left-hand needle onto the right. One, 2, and then we will take our cabling needle and knit the 2 stitches from the cabling needle onto our right-hand needle. One, 2. Next, we will knit 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we will cable for back. So we've worked our left leaning cable here, and now we are going to work a right leaning cable. So we're going to grab right here. It's going to be our right leaning cable. So we're going to grab our cabling needle and slip the next 2 stitches onto our cable needle and hold it towards the back of our work. Then we will knit the next 2 stitches from the left-hand needle onto our right-hand needle. 1, 2. And now we will pick up our cabling needle and knit the 2 stitches off of the cabling needle onto our right-hand needle. 1, And so now you can see we've got this right leaning and left leaning cable. So that's round 1 of the reverse staghorn. For round 2, we are simply going to knit 16 stitches. This is going to be the same for rounds 2, 4, and 6. So all the even rounds, we're simply knitting 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So for round 3, we are going to start off by knitting the first 2 stitches, 1, 2, then working a cable for front. So we are going to take the next 2 stitches and slip them onto our cable needle and hold those stitches towards the front of our work. Then we will knit the next 2 stitches off of our left hand needle onto our right. 1, 2, and then we will knit the 2 stitches off of the cable needle. 1, 2. And so that is going to continue this left leaning cable here. And then we will knit 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And lastly, we will work a cable 4 back. So again, we will take our cabling needle and slip the next 2 stitches on to the cable needle. And this time we will hold those stitches towards the back of our work. Knit the next 2 stitches from the left hand needle. 1, 2. Pick up that cabling needle and knit those 2 stitches off of the cabling needle. 1, 2. And lastly, we are going to knit those last 2 stitches. 1, 2. And that's it. We have completed round 3 of the reverse staghorn. You can see those cables working up nicely, the right leaning and left leaning here. Round 4 is a simple knit 16. We are just going to knit all the way across our reverse staghorn cable. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. For round 5, we will knit 4, cable 4 front, cable 4 back, and knit 4. So first we're going to start with that knit 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, Now we will take our cable needle and we will slip the next 2 stitches onto that cabling needle and hold it towards the front of our work. Knit the next 2 stitches from the left-hand needle onto the right. 1, 2. Now pick up our cable needle and we will go ahead and knit those 2 stitches off of the cabling needle onto the right. 1, 2. And now we will work a cable for back. So grab your cabling needle and slip the next 2 stitches onto that cable needle. This time we will hold those stitches towards the back of our work. And then we will knit the next 2 stitches off of the left-hand needle. 1, 2. And then we will pick up our cable needle and knit those 2 stitches from the cable needle onto our right-hand needle. 1, 2. And lastly, we will knit 4. So you can see here, we've got our left and right leaning cables, and so now we just need to knit those last 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. So for round 6, this is our final round of the repeat. We are just simply going to knit across. So we are going to knit 16 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, there you have it. Just repeat rounds 1 through 6 until you are happy with the length of your cable. So I hope that this tutorial helps you. Be on the lookout. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to use both of these cables in an up-and-coming knit along. So until next time, be well, and I will see you in the next one.